Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. This is Jason, host of Fighting Words Financial. Let's talk a little bit about some of the things we've learned from the COVID-19 pandemic. One thing is abundantly clear. The pandemic highlighted the need for different processes within the healthcare industry. Being physically present with your physician is no longer deemed the most effective way to receive treatment or to receive diagnoses, and many companies are developing methods to change this. With the technology that we have on hand today, solutions are being created that allow people to receive treatment and advice from the comfort of their own home. Due to this, the field of telemedicine is flourishing. Valued at over $40 billion in 2019, this sector is expected to see incredible growth in the coming years that has only been accelerated by the pandemic. Put simply, telemedicine refers to the practice of caring for a patient remotely, either via phone call or video call. Modern technology allowed for geographical barriers to be eradicated, allowing patients and doctors to connect through video conferencing and software. It's absolutely amazing. The growth within the industry, of course, has been driven over the past year by the pandemic. The need to care for patients whilst avoiding the risk of transmitting the deadly disease has forced companies to innovate and to look for new ways that can bring patients and healthcare professionals together remotely. In this video, we're going to be looking at one company that is at the forefront of the telemedicine industry. Having recently acquired many smaller companies over the last couple of years, I think that this firm is really poised to disrupt telemedicine. The company that I'm referring to, of course, is Teladoc. Teladoc Health is a large telemedicine and virtual healthcare firm based in Purchase, New York. It was founded in 2002. The firm provides innovative ways to meet the ever-changing demands of the healthcare industry, such as video conferencing technology and mobile apps that allow for on-demand healthcare. At the time of this recording, Teladoc operates in over 175 countries worldwide and is available in 40 different languages. Not bad for a company that isn't even 20 years old. Back in 2002, when they began, they only had a handful of employees, and their business plan essentially evolved around getting healthcare professionals in the city of Dallas, where they were originally founded, to sign up and pay for their service, which allowed them to consult with patients remotely. They were really the pioneers in this, and I believe that this innovative mindset is what is setting Teladoc apart from their competition, even to this day. Back at the turn of the century, who really had the foresight to know where this technology could lead? Over the following years, Teladoc grew exponentially, with huge companies such as AT&T beginning to sign up for their services and offer them as benefits to their employees. This backing provided the credibility for others to utilize Teladoc, creating an almost snowball-like effect and allowing them to grow into the company that they are today. From 2010 onwards, Teladoc began acquiring companies in earnest, really beginning with the smaller companies in the industry, and it really began with the acquisition of a company called Consult a Doctor in 2010. And since then, they've merged with many other similar firms in the telemedicine sector. These acquisitions provided Teladoc with the infrastructure they needed to lead the pack in the industry. Nowadays, Teladoc systems allow patients to log on at any time and be connected to a physician within minutes. No more waiting in line at the doctor's office. That's definitely a plus for me. I do think that going forward, though, we're going to begin to see telemedicine more and more prevalent in our society. A lot of medical problems can be diagnosed and treatments offered without ever having to be physically present in the presence of a physician. So I think it does make sense. So what is Teladoc doing now? Well, throughout 2020, they saw a huge surge in the uptake of their services. A lot of this can be put down to necessity, of course, as people could not physically go and see their doctors, and so naturally they turned to telemedicine to help them get the treatment that they needed. The demographic that grew the fastest in terms of adoption was younger people, and again, this makes sense, as a younger generation is more clued up in terms of technology, and therefore more inclined to use Teladoc services. I think that the fact that younger people are utilizing the system is very interesting. If this generation is a first to really adopt the technology of telemedicine, it may pave the way for this to be a standard thing going forward for future generations. Teladoc is also making roads in other areas of healthcare besides just your primary care physician, notably in dermatology and in mental health. Mental health especially caused a huge uptake in Teladoc services. Teladoc stated in October of 2020 that mental health related televisits were up 79% since the beginning of the year. A large number of leading healthcare professionals are saying that virtual healthcare through the medium of video conferencing calls are an appropriate method to treat people who are suffering from mental health issues. A lot of patients feel more comfortable discussing something like this from the comfort of their own home. I think this is amazing, and this is the sort of technology that has the potential to help many, many people. Furthermore, Teladoc's $18.5 million purchase of a company called LiveOnGo in 2020 allowed them to begin offering treatments to patients with chronic diseases such as cancer and heart disease. Around 40% of the US population suffers from some sort of chronic disease. Thus, Teladoc's technology can offer a suitable way for people who cannot attend a doctor's office in person to receive adequate care. So Teladoc stock has already enjoyed incredible successes over the last year, in part due to their services becoming more attractive thanks to the pandemic. Their share price has increased by about 180% year to date, and it's sitting at an all-time high of $293 at the time of this recording. To put this growth in perspective, Teladoc logged 4.1 million calls in 2019, and they estimate that they conducted around 10.6 million calls in 2020 alone. Furthermore, Teladoc estimates that its 2020 revenues are going to reach over 1.1 billion compared to its 2019 revenues of 553 million. It's not often that you see a company double its income in a single year. On top of this, Teladoc CEO Jason Gorevich said that in January, he expects the company to continue to grow revenues between 30 and 40% annually over the next 3 years. However, we like to look at both sides of the coin on this channel, and one thing to note is Teladoc's margins. Since 2013, gross margins have been decreasing, sitting at 62% currently. A good way of looking at this is that even though income has been increasing, the bottom line for Teladoc really hasn't changed that much. So is Teladoc stock a good pick for right now? Well, JP Morgan Chase said in January that Teladoc stock was one of their top picks within the healthcare industry. And this is high praise indeed. Piper Sandler, one of the leading investment banks in New York, gave Teladoc a price target of $305 per share, citing their good fundamentals as a reason for the stock to go higher. As always, though, take everything you see on this channel or any other channel on YouTube with a pinch of salt and do your own diligence, folks. You have to make your own decisions here. Please don't accept anything I said in this video as instructions to buy, sell, or hold any security. To summarize, Teladoc is one of the companies at the forefront of revolutionizing the healthcare industry. Through their innovative technology and vast network, they're really in a pole position here to change how we receive advice and treatment from doctors going forward and how we do it remotely. The growth in the company is great and the stock price keeps going higher, so from an outside perspective, it really does look rosy for Teladoc. However, as I like to say often on this channel, invest in the future of the company, not in the stock performance of the past. Now, this is an opportunity that I wish I had jumped on earlier, and I did have advice from someone last year that this is something that I should be looking at. But I'm going to be keeping an eye on Teladoc over the next few months, and I'm going to be listening to their earnings call at the end of February before I make any decisions about this stock. As always, folks, thanks for tuning in this channel. I love seeing the support that you guys have given me in the past couple of weeks with my subscribers increasing and all the likes that I've been getting. Please let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are on Teladoc. Do you think that this stock is going to continue to increase? And lastly, please take a second to like and subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a lot. Thanks again, folks. I will see you again next time. I look forward to it.